Hello and welcome to Iron Port. It is proudly brought to you by Ghana Community Network Services, GCNET, West Blue Consulting and Ghana Oil Company Limited. Folks, for the past weeks I have been telling you about how much interest the port community has developed in the KETA municipal area or the Anglonga traditional area, and that's because there is an impending port to be built in that KETA area. A lot of work is going on there already. The memorandum of understanding has been signed between Diamond Cement as well as the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, and ever since there's a lot of effort being made to ensure that this particular project comes to fruition. Not long ago, the board of directors of the Ports and Harbours Authority stormed that community. After that, the Hogbe Chocho festival that was being celebrated by the people, the Minister of Transport, as well as the board chairman of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Mr. Peter McMenu, as well as the Director General of the Ports and Harbours Authority, Mr. Michael Luguje, and a team of managers from the Ports and Harbours Authority have stormed that community to pay their allegiance to the people of KETA and say that, look here, that port we have promised you is coming into this community.
The Anglo traditional area has become an area of interest for the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. This is as a result of the impending construction of a third seaport by the Ports Authority. The Minister of Transport, Kweku Siama, has led the board of GPHA to storm the Awomefia Palace to thank the chief and people of the area for their support for the impending KETA port construction.
You know, now there's a formal relationship that is going to go and grow between GPHA, Ghana Ports and Harbour, which is under its ministry, and the Anglo State, because, as I told you the first time, the second time, and today, GPHA wants, under President Akufo-Addo, to partner the private sector to construct the KETA port.
It will be recalled that GPHA had signed MOU with Diamond Cement for the construction of a third port in KETA. The KETA port, when completed, would serve the people of the KETA traditional area with a modern infrastructure which would expand trade and commerce in the region. The Minister of Transport said the KETA port was crucial on the agenda of the government and that processes are underway to make the Anglo area a port hub.
The President had issued what we call the executive instrument, that this area has been demarcated for the construction of the port. The processes are ongoing. We've given the EI to the Attorney General. The Attorney General is now gazetting it. Then it becomes a port area. It means that there are more people who have really indeed dedicated this land for the construction of the port.
The Transport Minister commended the Awomefia for his commitment to the project by demarcating a land for it.
Thank you for your leadership that you've shown to make sure that this project indeed comes to life.
The Awomefia of the Anglo State, who is the overlord of the Anglo traditional area, Tobe Sri III, thanked the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority under the auspices of the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for bringing this developmental initiative to the municipality.
Yes, if the harbour is built, it will provide avenues for young men who are unemployed to get an employment. This one. It will also open the place for tourists.
Earlier, the board chairman of GPHA, Peter McMenu, led the board of directors and management of GPHA to pay a courtesy call on the Awomefia of the Anglo traditional area as part of the celebration of this year's State Hogbe Chocho Festival.
So a lot of efforts being made towards that commitment to have a port built in the KETA community there. And as you may have seen, the people of the KETA traditional area are very anxious. They can't wait for this project to come to the KETA community because, of course, you know the benefit. Lot of businesses everywhere, a lot of employment to the community there. And if you have the interest of your people at heart, like the Awomefia of that traditional authority does, then you definitely yearn for this project. Away from that KETA port project, the Ghana Shippers Authority has held a one-year review of the paperless port clearance systems to assess how far that project has gone. Also, take away from the operators of the port systems how far this paperless project has benefited the system, what is there to deal with, and what challenges there are, and how we can all correct them and forge ahead.
Stakeholders in Ghana's trade and maritime industry have gathered to assess the paperless port clearance initiative after a year of its implementation. Ghana Shippers Authority being the primary state institution responsible for promoting the interest of shippers, assembled representatives of the various stakeholders of the paperless system to review their performances so far and address identified challenges for the future. The chairman of the program, Dr. Otin JC, in his opening remarks said the paperless system at the ports of Ghana has been a beneficial initiative. He called for a concerted effort among key players towards providing a suitable end goal for the country.
So I can give you the statistics which shows that as far as we as a shipper are concerned, we think that there has been considerable improvement in the paperlessness. Origin, as we go through all these things, we should not forget the central theme, which is the effect on the shipper, the effect on our nation.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Benonita Bismarck, indicated that although it has been widely accepted that the paperless port clearance initiative has been a very successful one, there have been some challenges that hinder the realization of its full potential.
While commendable achievements are visible, the paperless system, 1 year after its implementation, cannot be said to be 100% paperless, as there are still requests for additional copies in hard copy, additional documents in hard copy, beyond the bill of lading and the waybill.
She expressed faith that the assembling of key stakeholders of the system gives the appropriate platform to address these hindrances in order to achieve the ideals of the paperless initiative.
With this assembly of key stakeholders, I have no doubt that all the issues will be succinctly articulated, well taken note of, and adequately responded to where necessary.
The Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael Lugoje, stated that the paperless system is endowed with so many beneficial facets to the trade and maritime industry.
Paperless system speeds up it speeds up trade and eases the cost of doing business in today's interconnected world. And I think for any trader in logistics supply chain, it is speed and cost. The second thing they mentioned also is that it helps businesses to meet regulatory compliance obligations more efficiently and at a lower cost. Again, the emphasis is on efficiency and cost.
He said the trade industry is a lifelong dynamic sector and entreated stakeholders of the system to endeavor to continue to be dynamic in their approach in order to reap the full benefits of the sector.
The focus is not just 100% like the chairman said, beyond even 100%. It is a living project. It's a dynamic project. Every day, the trade sector, different changes happen. And therefore, even when we have achieved 100% of all the directives that the Vice President enumerated, we need to continue to improve.
Emmanuel Hene, the Accra Connection Sector Commander of the Customs Division of GRA, said Ghana has reaped several benefits ever since the introduction of the paperless clearance system, mentioning a reduction in clearance time, elimination of human interference, reduction of fraudulent activities, and general ease of doing business. He said investment into capacity building is one of the ways to take the paperless system to a higher standard.
Additionally, the electronic submission of trade documents through the PAPERLESS or the PAR system has provided freight forwarders the opportunity to do business within the comfort of their offices and homes without having to commute from one inspection agency to another. One of the areas to seriously consider going forward is the need to continuously improve on capacity building in the area of training.
Meanwhile, the various stakeholders who play a part in the paperless clearance chain presented accounts of their inputs as well as challenges faced so far. The General Manager for Marketing and Corporate Affairs of GPHA, Esther Jebidonko, said the introduction of paperless has eliminated the Tema Port Revenue Center, which housed a lot of daunting paper transactions, giving birth to an online platform integrated with service providers and allied banks, leading to ease of doing business.
Customers are happy with that. They avoid these huge queues to make their payments. And this, the financial aspect to this is also that it has been beneficial to Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. It has also increased our own revenue.
She indicated, however, that the lack of uniformity with the manifest of shipping lines, as well as complications with the GMS, have been major challenges to GPHA services.
Lack of uniformity and details in the manifest provided by shipping lines. This is an issue that the Vice President has taken up. Committees have worked on it. Some people have gone to Dubai to, get the new system of manifest that we should all use to help the system. There was some testing by customs, and they have to do some other things for us to get the perfect manifest to be used.
The Accra Connection Sector Commander of Customs Division of GRA, Emmanuel Hene, noted that the electronic submission of documents through the pre-arrival assessment reporting system has made transactions more efficient and improved error detection.
Area of error detection has also improved, and customs now we are able to detect errors because of the documents that are submitted to us electronically, and this is facilitating our audit trails and investigations procedures.
Service providers West Blue and GCNET said they have collaborated with customs and GPHA to provide a seamless clearance flow while possessing a robust risk management system.
So there is a risk management system which seeks to, shall I say, run a heuristics of all the things that the importer is doing, okay, the people that are involved in the process, the products that are coming in, the processes that have been followed. You want to encourage and reward good behavior, okay, whilst picking out those who might not be doing things exactly the way it ought to be done.
If you look at the clear focus, you're looking at the declaration, processing, the permits, license, and exemption, which have to be completely paperless. You also have to look at the customs side of things, where customs suddenly does not have to ask anybody to bring papers. Everything had to be looked at in the customs management system. Your payment of duties and taxes, which is electronic, so there are many channels for importers to pay the duties and taxes.
Adam Imoro Ayana, Ship Owners Association of Ghana, said paperless has increased turnaround time of vessels, and the overall stress involved in dealing with customers has reduced significantly.
Traffic in our offices have reduced comparatively. So before, if we had a lot of people trooping in, now we have far less people coming to our office, which is a relief to us, and I'm sure to our customers also, because they can sit in their offices, spend more time doing other things than just coming to wait. The mortgage rebate and waiver request has also reduced.
The leadership of Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, expressed pleasure in the paperless system, noting that there is still room to improve. Yao Che, president of ACHAG, said the paperless has improved the work of freight forwarders.
Paperless project system is one singular reform that has transformed holistically the work of the freight forwarder. Whilst anxiously waiting for some of the above recommendations to be put to place to seal the loopholes, we recommend the government for the bold steps taken towards such transformation.
The Deputy Minister of Transport, Daniel Nikwate Titles Glover, who graced the occasion, expressed satisfaction towards the efforts the stakeholders have put in since the implementation of the paperless initiative. He urged them to continue to exhibit high level of integrity in the discharge of their duties.
If you want this country to develop integrity of shippers, if you want the Shippers Authority to protect you, then shippers or importers, you need to exhibit integrity and transparency in your dealings.
So aside the paperless review by the Ghana Shippers Authority, our own Ghana Community Network Services, GCNET, our proud sponsor for this program, which continue to support the government in the area of revenue collection using automated systems, have also engaged stakeholders on how best they can't continue to support the system to make it a lot more effective.
The executive chairman of the Ghana Community Network Limited, GCNET, Dr. Norte Omabo, says they remain committed to partnering government of Ghana in pursuance of a strong path of promoting innovation in information technology, which will go a long way to contribute to the transformation of the country's economy. According to him, digitization has a critical role to play in the realization of Ghana's development agenda. Hence, the need for all key players in the industry to take advantage of this phenomenon to foster more collaboration and provide support for each other.
We've always placed a very high premium on technology, on innovation and service delivery. We've invested significant resources into our people, the quality of our service offerings, and as a public-private partnership, our primary focus has been to serve the government of Ghana through e-solutions and to impact the Ghanaian economy positively.
Dr. Norte Omabo made this known at the World Summit Awards Forum organized by GCNET, which brought a group of experts to revenue innovation projects in Ghana and across the world. He also lauded the Ghana Revenue Authority for revoking the licenses of some freight forwarders, adding that malfeasance by the freight forwarders is set back from the country's desire to achieve a seamless paperless system.
The laws are there and you have to comply, and when you disregard, the laws and believe that, you can get away because you are connected or you know people or you are from, a particular, party, these things do not augur well, for the whole process of revenue collection.
Lauding the authority for their efforts, he advised players in the industry to comply with the laws of the land so their businesses will thrive. The Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, Professor Frimpong Boateng, on his part, said the poverty gap is a technology gap and no country can grow without the capacity to manufacture.
I've never seen a country that has developed without the capacity to manufacture things. And so as we think about the digital, let's also think about the physical, because you want to exploit your gold, your diamond, your manganese, you want to dig for oil. You use physical things, machines, things to do that.
So we're turning away from the ICT and also automated systems and move on to focus on security. And you turned not long ago, you saw the patrol boats behind me. A lot of attention has been placed on security on the Ghanaian waters. You see the Navy patrolling, you see the Marine Police patrolling, you see the port security also patrolling, all in the name of making our ports very safe and secure to secure your goods as well as human lives on the sea. Now, this week, the Ghana Police Service, the Inspector General of Police, actually took delivery of a refurbished patrol boat.
The Marine Police and Railways Unit of the Ghana Police Service has taken delivery of a retrofitted marine patrol boat built by BORDERLESS Engineering and Marine Systems to aid its sea patrol activities. The patrol boat belonging to the Marine Police Unit had been dysfunctional for some time, and the CEO of Vision 2000 chose to sponsor the repair works. The Inspector General of Police, David Asantia Pietu, revealed at a handing over ceremony that the boat has been tested and it's in great shape to commence its patrol duties.
Let me also say a very big thank you to the engineers who built this boat, and that is the BORDERLESS Engineering Company. The test results, according to our Marine Police officers, indicate the professional work that you have done.
He said the collaboration between BORDERLESS Engineering and the Ghana Police Service is going to continue because the police service are in the process of procuring new boats to better equip the service to ensure security on Ghana's territorial waters.
And we hope that this collaboration will take us far because we will have more to be retrofitted and more boats to be built. It is my prayer and hope that we continue this collaboration to ensure effective law enforcement in both onshore and then offshore environments.
Still on security, the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport has organized a seminar to educate stakeholders on ensuring a lot of security on our waters as well as the significance of it.
The Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, CILT, has urged government to continue to boost security on the country's territorial waters by investing in a state-of-the-art maritime technology and the provision of surveillance equipment for the agencies responsible for securing Ghana's maritime borders. The Vice President of CILT, Samuel Alphonse Atiba, said this at a workshop organized by CILT to review maritime security in Ghana's territorial waters. He said with efforts underway to expand Tema and Takoradi ports into bigger international seaports, there is a need for Ghana's territorial waters to be safeguarded to be able to accommodate the increase in cargo volumes.
Ghana's maritime borders could be described generally as well secured. And may I say, thanks to the security agencies who have worked hard to keep it so. But this, we can't rest on our oars. It requires us to maintain this good reputation and achievement and improve upon it.
The Deputy Harbour Master for Operations at the Port of Tema, Stephen Senani, said the Port Authority is doing everything possible to curb the menace of stowaway in order not to dent the image of the authority.
So we're trying to see how best to arrest it so that it doesn't happen at all, because along the port, that is a major problem. They hide in containers that are transported from some depots. So because of that, we've been able to work on that, and that too is being nipped in the bud. So for the time now, it's not been happening.
The Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport says it will continue to lead the way in generating a national dialogue among its professional members on the role of maritime security towards building a safe, sustainable and prosperous country.
Eye on Port returns after the break.
Hello. Good morning. This is Samantha Wendy. I am sending a purchase order from SA2 Ventures International. Our policy for new supplies is 2 containers to start with, but you must deliver within 30 days.
Don't worry at all. I'm going to get you the 4 containers within 30 days or less. Bye.
To get his pineapple slices from his country to his clients overseas, Mr. Appiah and his representatives have to complete a number of regulatory compliance procedures to various international trade stakeholders.
Hey, Baba, what's going on? Get it right? I mean, how?
Hey. Using single window, Mr. Appiah has completed all his international trade procedures through one portal. He has registered his company information, applied for the necessary permit, certificates and licenses, and all that remains is for him to get a text alert for clearance and movement of goods. And that's how simple facilitating international trade could be in a single window environment. You can offer competitive services to your trading partners in China, America, even here in a simpler, faster, and cost-effective way. Single window, the only way to Ghana's economic growth is in our hands.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy.
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Eye on Port. News and activities locally around the port and maritime industry next.
Executives of Borderless Alliance have paid a courtesy call on the Acting Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael Luguje, to strengthen the relationship the two organizations have for the benefit of improving port operations and corridor efficiency. Borderless Alliance is a private sector-led regional advocacy group that aims to promote regional economic integration and tackle challenges to trade and transport in West Africa. Ziad Hamoui, National President of the Borderless Alliance, said, recognizing GPHA as a key institution in the trade and maritime industry, it was needful to formally introduce themselves to the new Director General of GPHA. He revealed that Borderless Alliance aligns with the agenda that Ghana should be the economic gateway in the West African sub-region. Thus, they are interested in being co-facilitators with the Port Authority to making the Ghana ports the preferred trade hub in the sub-region.
Borderless Alliance and GPHA, we share common objectives. We both believe in the Ghana Gateway agenda. We believe that Ghana is still can still play the role of economic gateway to West Africa. And as the ports are the main economic gateway into Ghana itself, we want to see how we can align our interests also to make the Ghana ports the preferred destinations for West Africa.
Esther Jebidonko, General Manager, Marketing and Corporate Affairs, GPHA, affirmed that Borderless's activity aligns with GPHA's objectives of trade facilitation along the corridors.
We can also proudly say that their work is one that serves our objectives as well. And so if we have partners who have points or presence along the corridor, we can just associate with them and benefit from what the assistance they give to our customers who are transporting the cargo.
Gavin Amavi, Corporate Monitoring Control Manager and ISO Coordinator of GPHA, expressed pleasure at the existing relationship between Borderless Alliance and GPHA and asked for more assistance in checking the performance of contractors and concessionaires in the payment of port tariffs.
We want to even use this opportunity to see how we will check the performance of our contractors, our concessionaires and licenses on the issue of tariffs. So we might be coming to you to be getting a system where we'll get feedback all the time to see whether people are really complying, because we're supposed to even monitor to know what they are doing.
The Acting Director General of GPHA, Michael Luguje, emphasized GPHA's position in giving Borderless Alliance the room to assist them facilitate an efficient port and trade atmosphere in Ghana and the region at large.
Once you have a very attractive corridor, naturally your port becomes attractive, and we are interested in that. And I can only say that we will continue to provide the support to Borderless Alliance to the best of our ability, the initiative, because all of us collectively, our input is what will make Borderless stronger and help you achieve the objectives.
The International Maritime Hospital, the world-class medical facility in Tema and a subsidiary of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, has embarked on a free breast cancer screening exercise throughout the month of October. The month of October, also known as Pink October, is globally recognized as the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and IMA has called on the general public to endeavor to come to the hospital to be screened against breast cancer. Women from all walks of life have visited the IMA premises to be screened and have expressed pleasure in the service delivery of the International Maritime Hospital during the course of the free breast cancer screening exercise. A general surgeon at IMA, Dr. Francis Kaiko, disclosed that it is the utmost desire of the health service to help eradicate the chances of terminal breast cancer, which is why they have committed to educate Ghanaians to prevent it by frequently participating in screening exercises.
We encourage all women to come forward to have free breast screening, and some people have risk factors. When you come, we educate you on the risk factors, on how to examine your breast yourself, and then how to or what to do when you find something in the breast.
A nurse of the hospital, Na Ajua Otre, stated that men are also invited for the breast screening exercise. She added that the exercise also serves as an opportunity for the public to visit and learn more about the International Maritime Hospital's available services.
If you come for this screening, you will not only have a free screening of your breast, you not only have the education on how you can assess the breast on your own, but you also have knowledge of what we do here.
International Port News next. The second phase of Hamad Port development is expected to be announced before the end of 2018 and launched by early 2019. Qatar media cited the country's Minister of Transport and Communications. According to the Minister, His Excellency Jassim bin Saif Al Sulaiti, the port is about to go through some important developments during the second phase of the project. He was cited as saying that in terms of equipment, operation and clearance, the work for the current phase have been completed. Stena Bulk's chemical tanker Stena Imperial reported a suspected pirate approach on November 3 whilst on northbound passage through the Red Sea west of Yemen. The Swedish tanker shipping company said that two suspicious skiffs approached Stena Imperial from the port side at a distance of 1.5 nautical miles. The vessel was on its way from Far East to Rotterdam for discharge. The crew raised the alarm and the security team deployed on board masted on the bridge. Tank storage company Vopak and investment holding company RETROFITTED unveiled plans to further expand in South Africa by investing in a new LPG import and distribution terminal. The facility, to be located in Richards Bay, would have an initial capacity of 15,000 cubic meters. The company is informed that the deal is expected to be final conditions. Additionally, Vopak revealed its intentions to expand its wholly owned gas terminal in the Netherlands by 9,200 cubic meters of capacity for LPG and chemical gases to serve the NWE market. The United States has excluded the development of the Chabahar port in Iran from the maximum pressure sanctions against Tehran reimposed on November 5. The sanctions are targeting Iran's energy, shipbuilding, shipping and banking sectors to exert pressure on the country to abandon its nuclear program development of ballistic missiles and other malign activity.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Schedules of vessels that are sitting already in the port, those that are already at the anchorage, and also those expected in the coming week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate that you need to clear your goods out of the port next. And that's it for this week's episode of Eye on Port. Thanks for watching. Also, thanks a lot to the entire crew, particularly Martin Minta, Mariska Opoku, Ernest Thompson, and Kada Pfizer. Also, the producer general, my man Solomon Anderson, the executive producers of the program, Abena Sewa Opoku Fosu, and Esther J.B. Donko. Thanks for watching.